Hey guys, Family of the Beard back here. Sorry guys, yeah, I've been trying to get stuff done today. I'm trying to get all these videos done, and it's been really frustrating because there's a lot to do. Man, never knew having a YouTube channel could be a lot of work. But it's worth it. You guys are awesome, and I love doing this so much, and it's been a lot of fun. This video is me talking about Loot Crate at Emerald City Comic Con. I know a lot of you already know this, but before I left, I opened up the last Loot Crate that came this month, which was, I think, Covert was the theme. And I've been pretty disgusted with Loot Crate over the last 3 or 4 months. I've been, you know, you guys have been hearing me bitch. I really don't think Loot Crate's been listening. I don't think their boxes have been that good. I just don't think overall they've been that good of a company. And I mean, I hate to bag on companies, I really do. I think it's one of those things, it's hard to struggle in any kind of business, but I feel like they're just not listening to the consumer. And so when we got there, I did know that Loot Crate had a booth there. I wasn't able to find it the first day. And I didn't actually even find it. I actually stumbled upon the Loot Crate booth. It mixed in with the merchandise area, and they were put way back. I mean, where no one was really going to. The furthest corner of the convention center level that they were on. They were in the furthest corner where no one was really frequenting. So one tells me Loot Crate was real slow to get in there, as far as getting a solid spot in there, which makes me think they didn't really care about their presence there. So like I said, it was very difficult to find them. I did finally find them on the second day. Now, when I walk up to the Funko booth, which, first off I want to say, every booth at Emerald City was very professionally set up. Everything looked very nice. Everyone was very helpful. Everybody in their booth was very professional. And everyone made a very good effort to look professional there. Here's the scene when I walk up to the Loot Crate booth. It's 3 people, two men and a woman, sitting behind a table that's about 4 feet across by about maybe 2 feet wide, with a small Loot Crate banner that couldn't have been more than, I don't know, a foot wide, maybe a foot and a half wide by maybe 3 feet long. You could barely see it. And it's half hung up, it's kind of sagging. And they've got a small cash register, some of those rubbery free bands sitting out on their table. They've got like a black cloth over it. And I approach it, and there's a cardboard, and then off to the side of them, they've got some shelving with just an assortment of Funko Pops, most of which were kind of beat up. And they were not exclusives, anything. They were just regular Pops that you could get at any store. So when I walk up, the first thing I notice is they've ripped a box, like taken a cardboard box and ripped a piece off, and in black Sharpie wrote 5 for $45 or $9.99 a piece on the Pops, in just crappy like marker, propped up against their cash register. And I walk up, all 3 of them, there's a man, and a woman sitting there, all 3 of them, all on their phones, all with sort of the hipster look. So I stand there looking around probably 3 or 4 minutes before the 2 men look up at me with kind of a, hey, look back down, and just back to their phones. Finally, I walk up to the table, and the woman puts her phone down long enough to engage me. And I kind of, you know, hey, I want to talk to you guys. I want to get some information. I want to know what's going on. And I kind of, you know, laid it out there of like, you know, what's going on with Funko? What's the future of, or not Funko, sorry. What's the future of Loot Crate? Why have these boxes kind of not been on point? Or kind of, like, I told them, Covert was like, in general, I just didn't think that it was all that on theme. And I hate, like I said, I don't want to use geek or nerdy, but it just wasn't like, these aren't the typical things that we see in boxes. Like I said, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing was okay. The shirt was okay. But overall, I felt like it was pretty lackluster, and I was like, I wanted to talk to them. But what I quickly figured out was these people clearly didn't want to be there. They looked like your typical Californian trust fund hipsters who, and I think I've kind of figured out, Loot Crate is basically run by hipsters who don't really get what your typical Comic-Con goer is looking for. And she really was like, overall was like, well, we don't really kind of care what you think. That's kind of her overall answer was, we don't really care what you think because we're still selling a lot of subscription boxes. Which makes me kind of think like, well, then you really don't care about your customers. You're really not listening to us. And so I was kind of, and what really made me mad was that the two guys just sat there like I wasn't there. And that really pissed me off. You know, and for one thing, a lot of people are not, like, when I went to Bento Comic Books booth, they were awesome. They were up on their feet. They were walking around. They were engaging people. They were, like, answering all of my questions. They were super friendly. And then there's these just three pathetic trust fund looking babies sitting there just being whiny and snotty, and it was like, what? And they didn't really answer any of my questions. They kind of sidestepped everything and basically just told me like, well, if you don't like it, cancel it. And I just basically told them, I was like, yeah, I canceled it. I don't like what's going on with you guys. I said, you know, if your crates start improving again, then I'll come back, but otherwise I'm not going to come back to you. I just don't feel like it's that great. And then, like I said, their excuse was, well, we don't really care. We're still selling a lot. And I think that's really sad that, you know, clearly they sent people to represent their company that clearly did not care about being there. They seemed to be put off by being there. They didn't really seem to care about promoting Loot Crate. Like I said, they didn't even have, like Bento, when I walked up, like, hey, they had iPad tablets mounted onto these kind of wall things of like, hey, sign up right here. You'll get this. They had a Bob's Burger graphic novel. Sign up right now. We'll give you this free graphic novel. Like, come on, we'll help you with things. They had nothing. They had no way. You couldn't sign up for anything there. There was no form. There was nothing. It was just them trying to sell these shitty pops that were all banged up on this shelf. And it was like, okay, this is... So what they're saying to me, Loot Crate, is that you don't care about your service. You think you're big enough now that you don't have to be listening to consumers and being friendly and being on point, which is complete crap. So I definitely will never be returning to Loot Crate. If there is an exclusive pop in Loot Crate, I can just buy it on eBay. I don't need you. There's enough people that will sell them on eBay. I'll save myself a ton of money. So overall, my experience with Loot Crate was extremely horrible, and I will not be returning to Loot Crate. You know, if somebody, and Loot Crate, if you are listening out there, if you want to get in contact with me and make amends for the disaster that was Emerald City Comic Con, and you know, I can, I got their names as well, and I'm sure you guys know who it is. So if you know, people over at Loot Crate want to contact me and talk to me about my experience, and want to kind of mend a relationship, that would be great. You know, but we'll see what happens. But for right now, I'm very upset with them, and they're exactly kind of doing what I thought they were doing, and which is not listening. And I don't think you really have the people in the places within the company that know what the consumer wants, and they're really not passionate about comic books and you know, these kinds of things that all of us are very passionate about. So that's it, guys. That's my rant on Loot Crate. I will try and get the contest winners up tonight. Like I said, I'm really tired and I still haven't done a lot. But if not tonight, then definitely tomorrow I will have those up. I'm really sorry, guys. Like I said, the con kind of zapped us. But everybody will get their prizes. Everything will work out. And like I said, I really have put a lot of effort into this. So I hope everybody appreciates everything. So that's it, guys. Hopefully I'll have the contest up tonight, if not tomorrow. So, everybody take it.